So what do you think about those? Speaking of that song, what do you think about Rick Ross throwing shots at 6ix9ine, throwing straight shots? You got them lyrics in front of you? We can't play the song. I wish we could play it, but on that song, it appears because he didn't say his name, that Rick Ross, threw some shots, at 6ix9ine.
Screaming gang, gang, now you on the rat. Racketeering charges, caught him on the tap. Boop. Looking for a bond, lawyers wanted tax. Purple hair got them orts on your back. We ain't gonna say the word because we might have some orts in the building right now, but y'all know what the words are.
Right.
He came at him, man. He G-checked him a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was a slap around. And he deserved that because he did a lot of trolling. No matter what we say is fair and unfair, like we got on some seriousness, we got a woman out here that may be the murder charge for killing a man in his own home.
Facts.
Yet this punk sits in jail for talking shit for life, possibly.
Right.
It doesn't make sense. But that being said, he did make his bed. He has to lie in it. He screamed to be one thing, and now he's screaming not to be that. And he caught himself up in a situation where he's definitely having a lesson learned whatever the situation of the causes may be, and he deserves the G-check. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, I was kind of surprised, that Rick Ross actually did it. But, like you said, he's been causing a lot of shit in the industry. He's been talking, this bad boy talk. And now it's time to live that shit. Mm-hmm. Now it's time to live that gangster. Nobody want to be in jail and shit. That's the part that they never talk about.
Right.
To sitting in the prison, no food and all that. And you got to wait 1 week. You're in the Breakfast Club. The next week, you're in the cell facing life. This is the stuff that the movies, they don't, the people don't tell you about the dark side. Even the rappers, they always tell you about the women, the bitches and all that. But this side right here is not glamorous. But I do wish him the best in that situation. I don't wish jail on nobody, not even my worst enemy. Mm-hmm. But you make that bed. Some people feel like you got to lay in that thing, man.
Absolutely. Let's get on about the on the What's Free record, because the joint was damn near 6 minutes. I mean, we got old school hip hop rap, that boom bap back. You know what I mean? And our man Hove, he brought it home. What do you think about his verse? He might have had the best verse on the damn album.
Oh man,
and that's no disrespect to me, because he came with some bars. You know what I mean? We were saying that Champion was a real dope record on top of a couple other records, just to think off of the top of my head. But we think about Hove's joint.
Hove, pretty much came with it. Hove came with it. He said a lot, in his song. Kind of surprising a little bit. He said but Hove, if you look back, through his history, he always kind of been, going there with it. But I think now what he's done is he's transitioned, now to actually be that person now, the businessman who got now weight behind him to back up all that talk. Everybody can talk all that shit about the stuff that they do, but he can now back it up with the companies and stuff, that he owns. Very politically charged, as we see, them, Rick Ross, Meek Mill, the whole prison reform. Meek Mill dropped a video on that. So yeah, I'm just waiting to see, because I know the history about all this stuff. My eyes don't get too big. When I see stuff like this, I'm just observing. It's like everybody else, man. I'm definitely excited though what I see.
On a rap perspective, we all know that, or when it initially came out, you see all the blog and the media. Shame on a lot of you blog and you media posts are giving some of us a bad name, because you're jumping to conclusions way too fucking much, especially this week. And a lot of them jumped to conclusion thinking, soon as they heard Hove mention Ye's name, that he was going at Kanye. And I'm listening to it. I'm like, I don't hear him going at. I hear on the. And then our man came out with a tweet. He don't tweet, but he came out with a tweet saying, for all the hate people saying that I came at Ye, don't try to put me against my brother. So what do you think about his response or his take on Kanye? No red hat, don't Mike and Prince me and Ye.
You know what I mean? That's dope, because you can't, even though they have, first of all, none of the stuff should have made it in the public. I think that's whack. You know what I mean? When people put stuff in the public that's private between friends, you know what I mean? Clout chasing, whatever you want to call it. But nothing's too, I guess Hov was kind of saying nothing. We're not going to let, people play the divide and conquer with us as well. Even though we had our little thing in the public per se, we shot a little shots at each other. We still brothers. We still cool. You know what I mean? We just had to, even Kanye, I think, was saying this. They had to kind of, it's better for them to be separated at this point in their lives. They can't run like they used to for whatever reason. You know what I mean?
Oh, God, my question to you is, do you think that those two brothers had a conversation amongst each other saying, listen, man, we may not disagree, we may not mess with each other no more, but we got to make a pact never to go at each other in public again, because we can't stand on that. You may do you, I may do me, but we'll never publicly go at each other again, because that's just terrible for the culture. You think they kind of came to some sort of agreement like that?
I would hope so. It's definitely, again, I don't think it was ever that crazy. I think this Kanye was kind of just going through. Yeah, everybody got that friend who might just, just go wild for a minute. But you're like, they're going to come back eventually. So that's probably the situation, that happened with them. Obviously, they got a great relationship, you know what I mean, from the music and stuff that they've done in the past, and their families know each other. So, I'm not feeding too much into it, man. I just think it is. Now, there has been, mumblings of the Watch the Throne 2 coming out. First one was definitely a classic. I don't care what nobody say.
Classic.
I love it. You know what I mean? So what do you think about a possible Watch the Throne 2 being dropped with that? Because obviously Hov is showing us right now that he hasn't lost a step and he's still the best rapper in the game, better than anybody right now. He just proved it once again on me. He just does it, like it's a layup. So what do you think about that, Sam, man? Watch the Throne 2.
Well, it's only been rumored by Kanye. Let's just put that out there.
Okay.
But that being said, I would love it. Kanye, Hov 2. I would love to hear their perspectives on records. I would love to see them do damage the way Watch the Throne, the original Watch the Throne was, the deluxe edition. I remember that was my shit. It came out when about, let's say, 09?
Right.
Around that time. And yeah, incredible album. We'd love to see a second one. I still rock to that album right now, to this day, and as I work out and things like that. So we'll love to see it, but it is only a rumor by Kanye right now. Even after Jay-Z's tweet kind of negating all the rumors and the nonsense about him going at Ye dropped underneath Throne 2 and kind of threw the shrug the shoulders. So he's flirting with it, maybe. Yeah, I mean, he knows something that we don't. He's a lot more vocal than Jay-Z is, so we don't see Jay-Z throwing out any rumors to anything. When it dropped, it dropped. So maybe Kanye is onto something. I hope so.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
definitely. But you're tuned into the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother, Old God, and Sam. And everybody listening, do me a favor, hit the like button and make sure that you share this video. And Mark Lamont Hill, CNN. You know what I mean? Former Temple professor. I'm not sure if he's still teaching there, but been watching him a long time growing up in the Philadelphia area, kind of seeing his him just grow and go. And that was like a high point for him to go to CNN, and he reached the pinnacle. He's been fired from CNN pretty much for saying free Palestine, in the speech, if you know the history of Palestine and Israel, they've been going back and forth. And all he said, and I'll read his quote right here. He put on Twitter. He said, "In my speech, I talked about the need to return to pre-1967 borders, to give full rights to Palestinian citizens of Israel, and to allow right of return. No part is a call to destroy Israel. It's absurd on its face." Mark Lamont Hill in response to CNN letting him go, firing him. Sam, man, your thoughts on Mark Lamont Hill being out at CNN?
We both have tremendous respect for Mark Lamont Hill. Incredible intellect, very, very smart and intelligent in what he does and what he brings.
Right.
Very respected. He shouldn't trip. This is a blessing in disguise, brother.
Facts.
And we've been saying this. Listen, we need to stop being so outraged about them firing us. Stop wanting to run to a boss so fucking bad in 2018. Mark Lamont Hill, like we just said, is an incredible talent. Mark Lamont Hill can go on The Breakfast Club tomorrow and talk about his injustices that happened at CNN while promoting his own brand. He can come on the Uncensored Truth podcast tomorrow and talk about his injustices and promote his own brand and get just as many views. He can go and do this thing throughout the world. What I'm saying is in 2018, when we have the ability to do whatever we want right at our fingertips, there's no reason for him to gripe. There's no reason for people on social media to have outrage. Blessing in disguise, brother. Was it wrong? Absolutely. Is free speech allowed in 2018? Absolutely not. But you just got to take this as a valuable lesson and be like, listen, man, I could do this on my own. I can have my own platform and kill it just as much and take all the revenue.
Facts. Yeah, shout out to Mark Lamont Hill, man. That is what it is. Do your own thing, man.
Do your own damn thing.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Peace, though, man. We see the 504 in the building. Go ahead and drop your area code real quick. Drop your area codes in the building. You're tuned in live to the Uncensored Truth podcast. Yeah, we going in today, family. Got that beat popping off today from my man Maj right now. The link will be in the description box. Let's get it, man.
Let's work.
Another Friday night, man. Loving it. Peace.
We enjoy this joint right here. Drop them area codes right now. What else y'all want to talk about in the building? We'll give a recap momentarily, but let's talk to the people real quick. 773.
Yeah.
What's good? 704. What up? Appreciate the new sub. Make sure you go over and subscribe to Viral Hip Hop News as well. You are watching live the Uncensored Truth podcast exclusively on Hip Hop News Uncensored. You got the CEO of Hip Hop News Uncensored, Oh God, myself, CEO of Viral Hip Hop News, Sam Ant in the building.
What up?
Mega platforms. We came together and had the Uncensored Truth podcast.